Okay, so if everybody is ready and here with us, are you already recording? Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna come to a seated position on our mat, comfy seat. So our legs are crossed or we're sitting on our shins, whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, nothing crazy is going to happen behind the scenes. So get a nice soft gaze on the mat in front of you. So it's like your eyes are closed, but they're just slightly open. Start to focus on your breath. Notice where you might be feeling your breath the most. Are you feeling it in your nostrils or in your throat? Do you feel it in your lungs or deep in your belly? I want you to, on your next inhale, try to pull that breath from the belly, deep into the belly. And when we're practicing today, I'd like you to try and remember a 4-count breath. So in for 4 and out for nothing less than 4, okay? Longer exhale is always better. So let's practice that for a couple breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Coming back to your natural breath. Maybe you set an intention for this practice today. It's going to be nice and gentle. We're going to hit some important poses that are used in a lot of sequencing, so you will be more informed. And try to take this time for yourself to center yourself, to bring your mind to where your body is. In our daily life, we get thinking about where are we going, what are we doing, how can we accomplish? And with what's going on, we've really been forced to come to the present. So let's use that, bring our body to our mind, and really try to enjoy just where we're at. Let's take a nice deep breath and a nice exhale. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, flutter them open. We're going to come to standing at the top of our mat. So I want you to envision, this is called mountain pose. So we're very, very strong, super sturdy. We're going to check in at our feet, lifting our toes, dropping them down from pinky to big toe, one at a time, really grabbing the earth or our mat. Our feet are hip width apart. I want you to engage your quads, so check in with your knees, start to tilt your pelvis under just a little bit, give your tailbone a little tuck. Make sure that your chest is nice and tall, your back is long and strong, and your hands can be down to your sides. Check in with your shoulders, are they down and back? And then you might notice that your ribs are flaring a little, so just give them a little tuck. And your gaze can be right out in front of you or right on your, 5 feet on the floor. So every move we're going to do today is going to be an inhale or an exhale. We're going to go through this sequence once, very slow, check in with each pose, figure out where our body's at, and then we'll go through it a little bit faster. So make sure you're taking nice inhales. And slow, long exhales. We're going to, on our next inhale, so exhale, inhale, sweeping our arms out to the side and up overhead. Perfect. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure you pull them down, nice, that they're not in your ears. And gently arch your back and look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold from your hips, okay? Bending your knees. Your back is flat until it cannot be flat any longer. We're bringing our hands to the ground. Perfect. You guys look beautiful. So nice bent knees if you need. Your hands are beside your feet. Yup. And then when you can, round your back. And what we're trying to do is bring our nose to our knees, okay? Something to strive for. We're gonna inhale, placing our hands on our shins, halfway flat back. So we're not coming up all the way, but kind of like your deadlift, flat back, imagine that. And then we're going to exhale, placing our hands on the floor, framing our feet. We're gonna step back into plank pose, okay? So step, jump. So our hands are underneath our shoulders and our hips. Our feet are hips width apart. Now we're going to chaturanga, which means we're going to slowly lower down, keeping our elbows nice and tight to our body, very, very slow, stiff back. So we're coming down to the floor. Perfect. Then we're going to tuck our feet underneath so that the tops of our feet are laying on the ground. And we're going to inhale, pressing, raising our chest to the sky and straightening our arms. There we go. Nice. Upward facing dog. So make sure your shoulders are down and back. We're going to tuck those toes underneath, and we're going to send those hips up and back to our first downward facing dog, okay? Tuck those toes. Perfect. Lift those hips. And send them back and up. So your knees can be bent. We're aiming for a flat back. We're not aiming for our knees to be straight. We want to work to get there. So nice soft knees if you need to. And just start to maybe pedal your feet left to right. Swaying into your hips, yeah. Start to feel those hamstrings stretch. Just start to breathe here. Your gaze should be towards the back of your knees, like you're looking back towards the back of the room. Perfect. All right, start to find stillness in this pose. A couple more deep breaths here. I want you to inhale, bend the knees, look towards the hands, and step, jump, or walk up to the hands. Staying in your forward fold. Come to halfway flat back. So our hands are on our shins. Our legs are straight, if they can be. And our back is long and flat. Perfect. Nice side view, guys. Nice. So that's an inhale. We're gonna exhale, dropping our hands back down to the mat, bending our knees if we need to. We're resting our belly over our thighs. Forward fold all the way. Maybe shake it out a little bit here. Relax the neck, let it hang. There we go, nice. And we're gonna come back to mountain pose. So we're gonna sweep, inhaling, sweeping our arms out to the side and up overhead, we're gonna come to standing. Perfect. Check in with your body again. Tilt that pelvis a little bit. Bring those shoulder blades down and back. Those biceps should be kissing the ears. And we're gonna extend just a little bit. So looking towards the sky. Bring our hands together. Exhale, hands to heart center. So pressing them down as they come down the body. So that is a full sun salutation A. Every move is an inhale and an inhale or an exhale. So we're gonna go through it again. All right? So from the top. Check in with our feet. Are they hip width apart? Our toes are spread, firmly grasping our mat. We're engaging our quads. Our pelvis is tilted. We're nice and tall, and we're tucking our ribs in. We're not flaring them out. Hands are down by our sides. Beautiful. Shoulders are down and back. Take a couple nice deep breaths here. This looks like an innocent pose, but when you're engaged, it can be challenging. So we're gonna inhale, arms up, sweep up overhead, out to the side and up. We're gonna bring our gaze to the ceiling, give a nice little flex. Exhale, fold forward. Nice. So bending the legs if you need to, the knees. Perfect. Shake it out here, check in with your neck, make sure that you're not holding any tension, but we've got an active back. Inhale, halfway. So inhale, hands to shins, perfect, nice long flat back, beautiful. Exhale, forward fold over again. Hands come to frame the feet on the mat. We're going to step back into plank position. Nice and strong, our body's engaged, we're using our glutes, our core and our back. Beautiful. We're gonna chaturanga. So slowly lower down, those elbows brush the sides of our ribs, tuck those toes underneath. There we go. And straighten those arms, shining that chest forward. Inhale. Nice. All right, are you ready to downward facing dog? So tuck those toes back under. There we go. And start to lift those hips. We're hinging at the hips. We're gonna make a teepee. There we go. Press that chest to your knees. We want one long line, hips, shoulders, elbows, wrists, okay? So you gotta bend those knees, then that's fine. And this is where we rest for a minute. So taking some deep breaths, 5 deep breaths. Scott's down dog looks beautiful. One more deep breath here. On your exhale, Bend the knees, look towards the hands, walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Into our forward fold so we don't come out. We're hanging forward, our knees are bent if they need to be, our body is resting over them. And we're gonna inhale, flat back. So inhale, hands to shins, nice long flat back. Straighten those legs if you can. Yeah, as much as you can. All right, how are those hammies feeling? All right, inhale, bringing the arms out to the sides, sweeping them up. We're going to stand up. The upward salute, so we're going to give that flexion to the ceiling. Our gaze comes up. And exhale, pressing the palms together, letting them come down the center of our body. Beautiful. Do it one more time. Ready? Drop the hands to the side. Inhale, arms back up over center. Gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Knees bend. Hanging over the body, beautiful. Inhale, flat back, so hands to shins. Nice long flat back. Straighten the legs as much as you can. Exhale, dropping the hands down to the mat to frame our feet. We're going to step back into plank pose. Four-limbed staff pose is what it's called in yoga. Chaturanga Dandasana, so we're going to slowly lower down. Tuck those toes underneath, make those arms nice and straight and shine that chest forward, upward facing dog. Beautiful. We're flowing with our breath, okay? So we're going to exhale, on our next exhale, tuck those toes underneath, press those hips back to the ceiling, and downward facing dog. Perfect. You feel a little bit more loose in your downward facing dog? You should after 3 times. Take a few breaths here. Maybe you're checking in with your intention for today, bringing our body to our mind to our body, staying in the present, working with what we've got. He is testing us. Take one more nice inhale. Exhale, I want you to bend those knees, look towards those hands, and start to walk those feet forward or jump if you're so inclined. Forward fold. Inhale, half back, half flat back. So knees come to shins. We're feeling long through the spine. Perfect. Exhale, forward fold. All the way over. Let the crown hang. And we're going to inhale, sweeping those arms out to the side and up overhead, come to standing. Give a nice little flexion to the ceiling, to the sky. Exhale, pressing those palms to center and letting them come down the midline. Stopping at our sternum, we press our thumbs right towards our sternum. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do a little Shavasana, which is a relaxation pose. So I want you to take your feet mat width apart. So your toes are flared out and I want your toes hanging just a little bit over, possibly. And what we're going to do is just take a nice inhale. Exhale, come to seated. Yogi squat, okay? As low as you can go. If you need to widen your stance, that's okay. Using those elbows to press out those knees. Nice long back. Gosh, you guys look good. That's right, Janice, that's right. All right, I want you to release your hands, bringing them back behind you if you need to. I want you to come to a seated position, feet out in front of you. On the mat, sorry, yes. Perfect. Feet out in front of you, beautiful. We're gonna go into boat and slowly lower down into our lying position, okay? So, lifting our legs, our knees are bent, probably 45 degrees, perfect. We're leaning back, chest shines forward, arms are out in front of us, if they can be. Beautiful. Let's take some deep breaths here. Julie, you look great. Janice, I can't hear you. All right, we're gonna slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time, okay? So plant those feet if you need to. Yeah, and just come down to lying on your back. Nice and slowly, very controlled. Beautiful. So if you need to situate yourself, hands are out to the side. This is corpse pose. We're gonna go into Shavasana. So maybe you shake out your legs a little bit. Just get cozy, okay? Palms facing up if you like. Beautiful. Maybe you close your eyes. Nice, love the hand holding. All right, check in with yourself. We just did a couple salutations. We're gonna do a nice little body scan, okay? So I want you to just notice these places in your body, okay? So let's start with our toes. The tops and the bottoms of our feet. How are they feeling? Our ankles. Just keep sending nice, rejuvenating breath to the body. Our lower legs, so our shins and our calves. Our knees. Don't try to change anything, just notice how these places are feeling. Our upper legs, our thighs. Our hips, they do so much for us. Our body is a wonderful machine and we need to nourish it. Our torso, so the back, our lower back, our belly, our mid back, our upper back, our chest, the tops of our arms, our biceps and our triceps, our shoulders, our forearms, our wrists, our hands, the tops and the bottoms are palms, our fingertips, our neck, the back of our head where it meets the mat. Come around to the jaw. Maybe you're clenching your jaw. Release that. Release any tension in your eyebrows. We hold a lot of tension in our face. If your tongue is pressed to the top of your mouth, just let it relax. Our forehead, the crown of our head. Finding stillness here in this moment. Thank your body for all that it does for you. When you're ready, keeping your eyes closed if you can, roll over to your right side. Tuck those knees in. Bring those hands underneath your head, kind of like you were a child. Using that left hand, press yourself up. We're going to come to a seated position. If you can, keep your eyes closed. Again, I just want to remind you of all of this calm and serenity you've created in this last 30 minutes to just take that with you throughout your day. We're in struggling times right now, so we're being tested, our patience and our compassion. We need to be able to call on that. So remind yourself to be good to yourself and to the ones around us. Cut everyone a break. All right, so we like to seal our practice with the namaste. So if you'd like to inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, pressing those palms to the center, bringing them down the midline to heart center, right around your sternum. Welcome to flutter your eyes open. Thank you for taking this time for yourself today to take this practice, and for everyone who showed up for everyone else. Namaste.